incorrect information, it's incorrect placement, incorrect framing, incorrect interpretation that creates even more obstacles for the people who are already struggling. Because when someone like Joe Dispenza words something a certain way, it doesn't just affect the listener. It affects their family, their friends, their support system, because now everyone around them is operating off of what this expert said. And for many people, that becomes their new reality. It becomes a barrier because suddenly they are being measured against a standard that doesn't fit their reality. And suddenly they're being told, but Joe Dispenza said. Suddenly they're being looked at like they're the problem for not choosing healing the way it was described in a podcast clip. And I don't conform to this idea that one person, one expert, one narrative should define how healing works for everyone. But let's be real. That's the world we live in. And let's be even more real. Those of us struggling with mental illness, trauma, addiction, we're often treated under the same umbrella as conspiracy theorists. We're not taken seriously, we're questioned, we're discredited. We are gaslit by an entire system that profits off of our struggle. And that's why this matters, because when misinformation spreads, even subtly, even in a well-intended conversation, it doesn't just cause confusion, it makes the battle even harder. It adds another layer of misunderstanding that someone now has to fight through. And the ones who pay the price, it's not the ones with the platforms, it's the ones barely hanging on. If you want to help, then help. But stop making it about you. Put aside the money, put aside the sponsorships, the book deals, the reputation. What about humanity? We have everything we need to radically change how we approach mental health, trauma, and recovery. But nobody wants to actually do it because it doesn't fit the narrative, because it isn't profitable, because it isn't marketable. We keep romanticizing healing. We keep talking in circles about resilience, about mindset, about choosing happiness. But what about the people who never even got a choice? The Joe Dispenza problem. You can't compare trauma survivors. Joe Dispenza and many others have this dangerous way of speaking about trauma. This idea that if one person can overcome extreme suffering, then everyone else should be able to do it too. That is not how trauma works. That mentality directly contradicts every credible trauma expert, Dr. Gabor Mate, Dr. Nicole LePera, Tim Fletcher, and we see it everywhere. One person survives extreme abuse and goes on to thrive. Another person experiences one traumatic event and struggles for the rest of their life. So which one is it? Neither. Because trauma doesn't follow a predictable path. Because 4 different doctors in the same city could diagnose the same person with 4 completely